Are you an expat or an immigrant? It's a loaded question and you might not like the answer. But why does it matter? Find out in this short video. Welcome to YouTooSpain. Hi, I'm Skatz, and on this channel I talk about how to move to Spain, and I interview experts and expats live on my Saturday morning live stream. It's informative and fun, yay! And in today's little midweek video I'm going to talk about expats and immigrants, because every time I mention the word expat on my videos or on social media, someone leaves a comment telling me off for using the word. I'm also going to tell you why I'm going to keep on using the word, even though I don't really like it. And I'm going to tell you why I don't really like it. Some of you may not like what I've got to say. Hold on to your hats, it's going to be a wild ride. First of all, let's take a quick look at the dictionary and see what the words are supposed to mean. I know there's a lot more to it than that, but it's a good place to start. So, an expat or expatriate is someone who doesn't live in their own country. And an immigrant is someone who has come to a different country in order to live there permanently. That's it. So what's the difference? Well, absolutely nothing according to the Cambridge English Dictionary. Well, maybe the addition of the word permanently to the definition of immigrant, but some people who move to Spain to see out the whole of their retirement, for example, call themselves expats. And that's pretty permanent for most of them. So if everyone who moves to another country is an expat and an immigrant, why is there such a problem when we use the words? And why do they cause such arguments? I mean, I can guarantee that when this video comes out, it's going to polarize people and create the sort of sniping and trolling that social media is famous for. And that's not what I want, but I have to answer the question once and for all, if only to save me having to trot out the same explanation over and over again on Facebook and underneath the videos. The problem is this: the words expat and immigrant are loaded with different connotations and assumptions. Expats, or rather people who call themselves expats, are either educated, white, fairly well-off professionals working abroad, or they're retired white people from first world countries, whereas immigrants, or rather people who are called immigrants by white people from first world countries, tend to be less privileged financially, educationally and employment-wise, and generally not white. And, surprise, surprise, the word immigrant has developed negative connotations. For example, when a certain recent US president banned immigrants from entering the country, specifically immigrants, and built walls to keep out caravans of migrants or immigrants, nobody thought for a minute that he was stopping white professionals from coming in. And over in the UK in 2016, when they were all gearing up to vote on Brexit, the word immigrant was bandied about by politicians in the Leave campaign and in the press to suggest foreign invaders taking jobs and welfare benefits and generally being untrustworthy and unpleasant. Oh no! Waves of nationalism swept the country. Nonsensical slogans like "taking our country back" and "making Britain great again" galvanised a big enough part of the voting public against a government they already didn't trust. And the fear of waves of immigrants being allowed to flood into the country was the biggest rallying cry. The word itself is a wall put up to dehumanise and lower the status of human beings. Once you start making those kind of assumptions that some people are lesser than yourself somehow, then that invisible wall is there in your consciousness, whether you like it or not. And the idea of a white professional worker being labelled an immigrant is just as ridiculous to some people as calling a Filipino maid an expat. And the thing is, even progressive, liberal, left-leaning, privileged white people have to stop themselves from thinking that way. It's kind of ingrained. The brain pathways are well established, and because of that, it almost seems normal and natural to think that way, but it's not. You only have to ask my imaginary expat Filipino maid who happens to have a degree in biochemistry, but she can't get a job doing that because she's an immigrant. You see how that word sounds? Whereas the word expat to a Brit brings up images of fish and chips and baked beans and British pubs and all of the things you miss when you're not living there. It's cosy and it's comfortable, but to someone who's not British, it can conjure up images of people who can't be bothered to learn the language or integrate into the community that they've moved into, and can be downright racist sometimes, even though they absolutely say they're not, but they think they're the ones who are being repressed. So that's expat. To some people, by some people. Funny what a word can do all on its own, isn't it? So what can we do about it? Can we do anything about it? Can we be bothered to do anything about it? One thing is for sure. Even though I don't like the connotations of expat and immigrant, even though I don't like what the word expat stands for, I'm still going to use it. Why on earth would I want to do that? Well, the thing is, just like the word is ingrained in our brains, it's ingrained into the collective internet brain out there. The artificial intelligence that searches the web and uses algorithms to help us little humans find the answers to all of our questions recognises the word expat. It's all over the place. People use it to search for lots of things that are everything to do with moving to Spain, for example. So, people like me, who want to help people find the answers to their questions about moving to Spain, have to keep using the word expat in their videos and titles so that the algorithms point people in the right direction. If I hadn't used the word expat so much, you wouldn't have found this video. You wouldn't be able to find my other really helpful videos. So I can't stop using it. Expat, 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 expat. I wish I could. I wish somebody would come up with a different word without connotations and assumptions. Maybe we can just use the word immigrant for everybody. That's a good idea. Or, tell you what, why don't you try it? Think of a word, have a think, see what you come up with, and put it in the comments below the video. Only, if you want it to be seen, you'll have to write #expat after it. There's irony for you. Give this video a thumbs up if you like, and if you're a troll, it's now time to spew your bile. Well, let's face it, you've already done that. You didn't even watch the video. It's only the real fans who stay watching this long. Thank you so much. To you, and even to the trolls, peace and love, and I'll see you on the live show every Saturday at 10:30 AM Spanish time. Be kind to each other out there, and don't feed the trolls. Bye for now.